I'll grab my paper here.
Hey guys, we're back. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos so far. We're gonna try to keep doing at least 1 or 2 a week, and now we are looking to start our first live class this Saturday. So look for that announcement for the event posting later this week. And we're going to try to put 2 videos out this week. So one today and then one maybe on Friday to set up for our live classes. So for today, we're gonna do some basic line technique stuff. Give you guys an idea of what we're looking for as far as like working on sine wave, and even if you're not working on sine wave for like my little guys, proper form, how your hands are positioned, and that kind of stuff.
So part of what we're also going to do today is we're going to talk about our line technique sheets. That's this paper here just over to my left. And we also have gotten a couple of requests for a couple of different things, and one of them, for you guys who actually gave us the feedback, thank you, is bowing in and out of class. You know, what are the words? What do we do? How do we do this still being relatively formal for class? The other one is, why are we not wearing a dobak? Well, the truth is dobak is great for just about everything in Taekwondo, but let's face it, we're at home, okay? We don't have to wear a dobak to do Taekwondo. In fact, that's the whole part of Taekwondo, that very last word, do. That's living, that's, to do things. So here we are. We don't need a dobak, although me personally, I do enjoy my dobak, but that's okay. So to get started, bowing in and out of class. Well, we're going to go through, we're going to talk about each of the different terms that we use, and let's get started. First, chariot. Feet should be in a V, hands should be in fists down by your side, and you should be standing up straight. Chariot means attention. The next part, kukiatehe, means face the flag. Well, we don't exactly have a flag, so we're going to use an imaginary flag today. That's going to be our bench here over to our right. Kukiatehe, you turn and face the flag. Right hand in a fist on your heart. Kunye, that means bow. When you bow, it shouldn't be a fast, sharp bow. It should be 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3. Chariot, back to attention. And when whoever calls chariot, that's the person that you would normally face. But in this case, it's usually the highest ranking class, so you're not facing the highest rank. You're always facing where your instructor is. That's you guys today. Anjo, that means kneel, sit or kneel. You can either sit crisscross like Mrs. Hanson is. I prefer to sit in a kneeling position. You could sit just about any way you want, as long as you're not leaning on your arms. You should be sitting up nice and straight. Mukyam, that means meditate. And it's really easy. Close your eyes. Take good deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Get yourself ready, your mind clear, just to focus on what it is you're about to do. Striking the ground twice is just to wake you up. Make sure you're paying attention, tells you to open your eyes. Chariot. All the way back up. Again, feet in a V, hands at your side and fist, standing up nice and straight. Sabol Nimke, that means face your instructor. You might also hear Sahyun, that means face your master, face the master instructor. Or Sasa Nimke, that means face the grandmaster instructor. In this case, it's the two of us. So, Sabol Nimke, Kunye, bow. Again, a bow should be something nice and easy. It shouldn't be sharp. Okay? In fact, a sharp bow is usually considered kind of rude. So, line techniques.
So these you can find on the website, again, www.momsonyoung-tkd.com, which will be in the section below. You're going to go under the colored belt information and look for your GUP. So if you don't have a stripe on your white belt, you are a 10th GUP white belt. If you have one stripe, you're also a 10th GUP, but your 10th GUP one stripe, and so on. So you start at the bottom and kind of work your way up.
The page that I have here today, this is the 7th GUP to 6th GUP page, the high gold belt to green belt page. It doesn't really matter. We have them all set up the same. But as you look at your page, starting in the top left-hand corner, you have hand techniques, foot techniques, combinations, and fighting combinations. The fighting combinations are usually done in a sparring type setup, usually with a partner. The combinations here, most of the time, are done like patterns because that's actually where we get a lot of them. Like in this case, it says walking stance, high block with the outer forearm, reverse punch. The first two moves of Dosan. Those are a combination, but they're done more like forms. Hand techniques and foot techniques are just your individual new techniques. Blocks, punches, knife hand strikes, whatever. And we're going to give you guys kind of a rundown of what it is we're looking for as we show you a few techniques. Okay, we're going to do some of the white belt techniques, and towards the end I'm going to talk a little bit about stances real fast, just to give you a good idea of what it is that a stance really should look like. Okay?
Okay. So we'll talk about the easy stuff. So the first one we're going to talk about is our sitting stance punch. So everybody cheer up. And we'll go to chumbi. Okay, so left foot always steps out into chumbi, and also left foot in this one is going to step out into your sitting stance. So again, your sitting stance is 2 shoulder widths apart. So you're going to step out. Okay? Your knees are bent like you're sitting in a chair, and punching. If you look at our punches, you'll see Mr. Hansen, he's punching with 2 knuckles, okay? He's not punching off to the side. He's punching straight in front of him. His fists are tight, okay? Because that's what we see a lot, is you guys make your hands really, really loose, and then you hurt your hands. So if you need help, put a coin, like a penny, or something in the palm of your hand. So like we practice, you're going to open up your palm, okay? Curl your fingers in, okay? Twice. Okay, take that thumb, fold it over your fingers, and then you're going to make sure when we're doing our punches or anything else, doing line techniques, that our hands are coming back to our waist. Okay? On my count, we'll do sittings 10 punches. Ready? Hana. Duel. Set. Net. Toss it. Yas it. Gup. Yado. Ahop. Yo. Okay, so for those of you who are working on this sine wave, notice that we've got a down, up, and we go back into our down as we throw the punch.
This timing is really important because sine wave is there to get you to relax, get you to extend out, kind of like pulling a spring and letting it go, okay? In this case, we have down. This is where you would relax a little. Lift up, pull your hands just a little bit further, and sit down with your punch. And that dropping motion and the punching motion, tied with your hips and shoulder motion, add power. That's what we're looking for.
Okay. So go back to chumbi, and it works the same way with that 1-2 punch. So if you're doing 1-2 punch, you're going up, or you're going down, up, down, up, down. Okay, that's if you're working on the sine wave. If you're not, if you're still little, I want you to work on hitting hard. So 2 punches on my count. Ready? Hana. Duel. Set. Net. Okay, and then we would switch sides and chumbi. Okay, so same idea on that walking stance punch. Again, for my littles, you're working on keeping those hands closed. Okay, your thumbs are on the outsides of your fingers. We're punching with those two knuckles in front. When we step into our walking stance, we're going to step forward with our left foot and punch. Again, you want to punch straight in front of you. Not up here, not down here, not off to the side. Our fist is right in the middle of our chest. Okay?
All right. And if you look at Miss Hanson's stance, toes, belly button, nose are all pointing the same direction. So you don't want to be punching standing sideways, facing where you're going. Okay?
Okay. On my count. Ready? Hana. Duel. Set. Okay, if you look, Mr. Hanson ran out of room, and so he's moving backwards as we do our count, so that you can fit your line techniques in, kind of like we talked about in the first video. Hana. Duel. Set. Okay, so when we're talking about sine wave, it's a down, up, down. So we're coming down. So again, if you're working on that sine wave, coming down, up, and dropping into that punch.
Okay.
Okay?
So, it doesn't matter what line technique you're doing. Sine wave is sine wave. Walking stance, L stance, down, up, down. That's what we're looking for. And it doesn't need to be huge. And it shouldn't be teeny, teeny, tiny. But it shouldn't be that big. Okay? It's just bend your knees and relax. Step and punch. Okay? Or step and block, whatever. Okay? So
the last thing we'll talk about, just as a basic white belt technique, is our kicks. Again, when we're talking front kicks, so we'll start with the L stance. So when I step backwards, when I say right L stance, that means I want my right foot in the back. Okay? In a right L stance, it means my left foot, my left toes are pointing the direction I'm going, and my right toes are pointed sideways at like a 15-degree angle. Okay, so left foot's going forward, right foot's going sideways. Remember, front kicks have 4 parts to them. You're hitting with the ball of the foot, so you got to try to get that foot, those toes pulled back. On my count, ready? Hana. Duel. Set. Okay, and then again, we can practice them backwards. So, like for me, I'm going to pick up my right foot and do a front kick backwards and then step behind me. Ready? Hana. Duel. Set. Okay? And the stay-at-home stuff is good for practicing those lead leg kicks. When I say lead leg, you're doing front leg. So if I'm in a right L stance, my left leg's doing the kicking.
Okay. So, again, as we make more videos, we'll make more advanced ones. We'll make more basic level ones. But for this part of the video, I'm just going to show you guys a couple of things about stances. Okay. First, when it comes to this magic word that we use, shoulder width. Okay. Armpit to armpit. This would be my shoulder width right here. Okay. If you look at my feet, if you can see them, I'm pretty sure you guys can. The outside edges of my feet are 1 shoulder width apart. My hands down in front. Feet parallel. Jumbi. Ready position. Okay. For a walking stance, we talk about, it's 1 shoulder width wide, 1.5 long. Well, here's my shoulder width wide, except stances get measured. Each stance is different. Measuring points on your feet. Okay. In a walking stance, it's the inside edges of your feet at 1 shoulder width. Okay. Again, that's this distance. 1.5 shoulder widths long. That means it's this distance plus this distance, right? Okay. So, longest front to back. Okay. When I measure my length, I'm going from my big toe up front to my big toe in the rear at the same spot. Toes, belly button, nose, pointing forwards. Slight bend in the knee, punch, block, wedging block, doesn't matter what the technique is. Walking stance is walking stance. Okay? Back to Jumbi. Again, there's that one shoulder width. Okay? In an L stance, there's no width to an L stance, no shoulder width. Okay? It's really one of those weirdo ones that we have on occasion. It's this wide. So if I stick my fist between my feet, okay, that distance should be about the same. I turn my foot sideways, I slide it back. This is where those measuring distances are the same, but the measuring points are different. 1.5 shoulder width, big toe to back edge of the foot, L stance, making sure both knees are bent. Okay, hands up. If you're not told to do a hand technique in an L stance, we're telling you to get your hands up. Okay, not hands up, not hands up, hands up, right? Okay, kicks are done from an L stance, unless you're told to do a specifically different exercise. So, basic stances, Jumbi, ready position, walking stance, L stance. Mrs. Hanson mentioned earlier, sitting stances, okay? Inside edges of the feet at 1.5 shoulder widths, okay? If you measure 1.5 on the inside, it is 2 on the outside. So again, it's just two different perspectives of measuring, okay? 1.5 shoulder widths inside the feet, at the balls of the feet and the heels. That means that your feet can't be pointed like this, and they can't be pointed like this. I don't know why you would do this, okay? But parallel to each other and sitting, okay? I hope that helps. To bring this all the way back to the beginning, bowing out. We're going to add a few extra things in here, okay? Normally, bowing into class and bowing out of class is a privilege for the highest ranking student in class. It's the instructor's way of saying, this is who you should be striving to be like, okay? I mean, as far as what your goals should be. If you're a white belt and the highest rank is a high gold belt, maybe look at the high gold belt and think, I should be paying attention to what they're doing. And if you're the upper rank, you should be thinking, I need to be paying attention to those lower ranks because they're probably doing what I'm doing. So that means you got to do it right. Extra pressure for us upper ranks, right? So, Ms. Hanson.
All right, really quick before we bow out, a couple of things again. Go to the website. If you have questions, there is a link there that you can click on to contact us and send an email. Feel free to send videos. Feel free to send questions. We will get them and we will answer them. Also, feel free to attach questions to our posts, our Facebook posts, questions on Twitter, questions on Instagram. Please get a hold of us. We'd love to talk to you guys. We miss you like crazy. Also, we're shooting to do 2 videos this week, so one tonight and one probably on Friday to lead into our first live class on Saturday morning. We'll have more information about times for both littles and bigs. We are doing 2 classes for everybody, so we'll have more information later this week about times and stuff that you guys can jump on for our live classes. And again, please stay home, stay safe. If you don't have to go out, if you're not working, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, so that we can all get back to Taekwondo, because I know we all miss each other.
Yes.
Good.
As far as the end of class goes, again, it's usually up to the highest rank. We're both 5th on, so I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. So, Ms. Hanson, you want to take it this time?
Yes, sir. Chariot. Face the flag. Kukiatehe. Kunye. Chariot. Anjo. Munyam. Furrow. Now remember, at the end of class, we do our student oath and we do our tenets. So everybody raise your right hand. I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect my instructors and seniors. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I'll be a champion of freedom and justice. I'll help build a more peaceful world. And then our tenets. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. Girl?
So one of those differences, Ms. Sanson says paro after kneeling. I say chariot. Paro just means return to attention. Return to jumbi or ready position if it's in a pattern.
Chariot. Sabanunge. Kunye. Taekwon. And then I'm going to say, so the highest rank usually says inout, which means class is dismissed. And then the whole class will repeat or say kumabsamida, which means thank you very much. Alright, so we will see you guys on Friday for our next video, and we'll get those live classes out to you on Saturday. See you soon.